"7,000 years ago, the first really oceanic people came out of China, and it came out of Taiwan. Then you get to Polynesia, this oceanic country bounded by Hawaii in the north and New Zealand in the southwest, and Rapa Nui in the east. 10 million square miles, bigger than Russia. And it was discovered by these extraordinary people. They were really the astronauts of our ancestors. They were the greatest explorers on the face of the earth.
These extraordinary explorers voyaged thousands of miles of open ocean, unaided by modern instruments, relying solely on an innate ability to take cues from their natural environment, the winds, waves, and stars. Guided by this traditional knowledge, these people eventually settled Polynesia and cultivated healthy, vibrant, and sustainable environments for centuries. Western advancement and expansion, however, brought not only new ways of seafaring, but a new way of living and a shift in perspective on how to care for and interact with the natural environment. Eventually, the art of traditional navigation was nearly lost. But a group of determined individuals got together in the 1970s to resurrect, honor, and reaffirm this ingenious wisdom by building a traditional double-hulled voyaging canoe and sailing it in the way of the ancestors. Hōkūleʻa's first voyage to Tahiti reawakened a cultural pride and identity and an intimate connection to place. Over the last 40 years, Hōkūleʻa has sailed over 140,000 nautical miles to reunite the world's largest oceanic nation. Now, Hōkūleʻa voyages around the planet with a message of Mālama Honua, or caring for island Earth, grounded in a firm belief that indigenous wisdom will inspire contemporary solutions. After sailing more than 5,000 miles by means of traditional navigation, Hōkūleʻa arrived in Pago Pago, American Samoa, to prepare for the next leg that would take her to Tonga and on to Aotearoa, and a crew of fresh young faces had taken the helm of Hōkūleʻa.
This Mālama Honua voyage, a big part of it is training the next generation, giving them all the tools, the experience, and allowing them to sharpen their skills and stuff to, get ready for the future of voyaging, because they are the future leaders.
It's a heavy kuleana that a lot of us do take seriously. And I think the teachers that we have that invested their time in us are kind of having faith that their students will maintain all that Hōkūleʻa has done up until now and then continue that into the future.
On this leg from American Samoa to Aotearoa, I have the kuleana to navigate along with Kaleo Wong.
Dango.
This was like one of their first voyages where they, on their own, accepted the kuleana to be the navigators and the guides, the eyes and the ears and all the senses of the waʻa for this voyage.
Kaleo Wong and Ka'iulani Murphy were well prepared for this kuleana, having trained for months with their mentor for this leg of the voyage, Master Navigator Bruce Blankenfeld.
So we'd meet every Thursday night, every week, meet at his house, go over the charts, look at the stars, the rising and the setting of the sun.
Waʻa would take 2.5 days going 5 knots. And this other one, maybe 3.5, 5 knots.
Awesome.
It's intense. Just going over the course and doing all the homework in my head. 318 miles from Pago Pago to Vava'u. The sun's gonna do this, the moon's gonna do that, and my heart's beating fast, like thinking about this kuleana that we're about to undertake.
Goes into Aina at 10, and then into Nui at 47.
In mid-October 2014, crew members arrived in Pago Pago to provision and prepare Hōkūleʻa and her sister canoe Hikianalia for the journey to Aotearoa. This was also an opportunity for these young navigators to make final mental and physical preparations.
We're hoping to sight Vava'u, at least be within that kind of 24-mile range around after sunrise.
We're leaving Pago Pago. We're going down to Vava'u. It's going to take us 318 miles, so a lot of the trip is keeping track of mileage and direction we're going. 422.77.
From Vava'u, we'll go down to Tongatapu, and that's maybe 165 miles away.
After successful landfalls in Vava'u and Tongatapu, the most challenging portion of the voyage lay ahead with colder weather conditions and greater distances between islands. Before reaching the shores of Aotearoa, the navigators had to first find the small island of Rangitahua, or Raoul, an isolated landmass in the Kermadec.
Getting from Tongatapu to Rangitahua is going to be tricky because it's a small little island. I think it encompasses about 11 square miles with all the other islets around it.
I trust Kaleo and Kailani 100%.
I kind of step back big time and just let them have it and not, get in their way.
Of course, put us more east.
They could feel that, and the more that they felt that, the more you could see daily that how they were getting more disciplined in all their actions and confident.
Sailing slow, going under this bright moon, hoping to see the islands through the night. If we don't see it, we're gonna shut down and wait till the first light and turn down to the east and hopefully run into the islands that way.
So we shut down. We started off in sunrise, and same thing, just heading south, cutting through the island chain, and looking for the islands. And so we located one down here that we think is Curtis, one of the southern ones. So we're going down and have a look.
Everybody can be real proud of the fact that they pulled the islands out of the sea, like all navigators have done, all canoes have done for thousands of years. They just stood on the deck and guided the canoe the whole time without any instruments or anything, just what their senses are saying. That's real magical.
The final arrival in Aotearoa marked a homecoming for several crew members and even Hōkūleʻa herself. It had been nearly 30 years since Hōkūleʻa first arrived in Waitangi on her voyage of rediscovery in 1985.
Hikianalia, ha'i aku I ka mo'oku au hau o lako o ka waʻahea o ai la ka kainoa o ia waʻa, o ai ke ali'i o ka waʻa, o ai ke kahuna o ka waʻa, I pai aku ai I Aotearoa nei. E naʻe, ʻaʻole o lako holo ana I ka moana, e like me ka Hawaiʻi, ua hala he mau kenekulia ma ka iki me ka holoʻole ana ma ka moana. No laia, I ka hoʻokumaʻi ana o Hōkūleʻa nei, ma ka holo ana ma ka moana, ua pai maila o Hōkūleʻa ma Aotearoa nei, ua hoʻā ua hoʻokumu I ka iʻini e holo hou ma ka moana nui a kea.
This was a homecoming of bringing home family, and so they came out in the welcome today. Naino asked me, he said to me, when you bring your crew, bring your future, and Toyota is most definitely our future.
Yeah, it's an honour to be sailing with the waka. They brought the knowledge back to Aotearoa. For the waka to come, gives us that opportunity to be able to venture out further beyond the horizon and rediscover the connection with our ohana, our whānau, mai ngā tōpito katoa o te moana nui a kiwa. Bringing back wakahaurua, bring back so many things. Brings back pride within our people, bring back the knowledge, bring back stories that were lost.
The beauty of it is this next generation that's here with us, the younger guys, because now they've heard these stories before, but now they're experiencing it with their own eyes, their own ears, every sense in their body. They're understanding, you know, the power of those stories. You know, they'll take this with them to start creating their own stories.